realize, make the UN realize like the potential that they have to change. So, honorable members of the Security Council, we are here to discuss a pressing situation. Syria is in a state of chaos. In the process of demanding their rights, citizens have come into conflict with the government, and now President Assad is attacking civilians directly. We, as a committee of stable nations, are brought together in order to preserve international security and uphold basic human rights. Certain members of this committee have resisted direct action in order to continue negotiations with the Syrian government. In November, the Assad regime made a commitment to peace, but immediately disregarded this promise, resulting in Syria's expulsion from the Arab League. Syria's neighbors are begging for intervention. Now is the time to act. By signing the Universal Declaration of Rights, we made a commitment to protect human rights. We must now honor that commitment. We must show that it is not acceptable to shell civilian neighborhoods, killing innocents in the process, simply in the pursuit of a few radical individuals. We must show that it is not acceptable for military personnel to open fire onto unarmed protesters who are peacefully demanding their natural rights. We must show that it is not acceptable for youth to be taken into custody and tortured to death simply because they decided to fight for a better future, for the future of their children and their country. Syria provides an opportunity to set a precedent. Violating human rights is never acceptable, and the actions of the international community should echo that standard. Immediate action is imperative. The Foreign Minister of France, Alain Juppé, described human rights violations in Libya as equally dire. We have very little time left, perhaps only a matter of hours, he said, adding that each hour and day that passed increased the weight on the international community's shoulders. Each hour that passes brings further injustices and further human rights violations resting on the conscience of the global community. In Libya, the death of Muammar Gaddafi allowed room for international intervention. In Syria, efforts should be made to remove President Assad from power. The pressure from the international community in the form of economic sanctions and a no-fly zone were also vital in bringing stability to the region. Peace in Syria can be achieved through similar measures. Let us now stand up for our fellow brothers and sisters. Let us end the reign of terror that threatens the human rights that all people are entitled to. Every hour of inaction is another hour of injustice. Thank you.